A cup of tea with my shadow. Subtitle: Underworld of Masks. I stopped calling it a monster long enough to hear it breathe. So I set the table, one chair for me, one chair for the shadow between us, a cup of tea. I chased my shadow through the middle of the night, looking for a doorway in a room without light. I reached for the hollow, the drink and the flame, anything loud enough to cover my name. They called it weakness, they called it a flaw, but something underneath me was asking for more. Not more of the damage, not more of the lie, more of the truth I had buried inside. I wore many faces to survive being seen, the strong one, the funny one, the almost clean, the man with the answer, the man with the scar, the man who could vanish while standing where you are, the husband in armor, the child in disguise, the holy mask trembling behind frightened eyes. Every mask had a wound, every wound had a name, every name was a door I had covered with shame. So I stopped at the edge of the old appetite. I did not obey it, I turned on the light. I asked the craving, what are you trying to say? Before you become damage and carry me away. Not the drink, the thirst, not the flame, the ache, not the mask, the face I was too afraid to make. Not the rage, the fear, not the wound, the war, just a shadow at the table asking what I'm running for. So I poured one cup for mercy, one cup for memory, and I sat with my shadow until it started speaking honestly. I tried to fight it with an iron will, but the deeper I resisted, the darker grew the thrill. Every buried feeling found a louder disguise, every silent sorrow learned to weaponize. So I entered the underworld without the old escape, past the broken mirrors where I changed my shape. There in the center where the old fear breathed was the part of myself I had trained not to need. I said, come to the table, put your weapons down. I am tired of dragging your chains through this town. Tell me of the hunger beneath the demand. Tell me what you needed when you reached for my hand. The shadow held the teacup, steam crossed its face. For once it did not threaten, for once it did not chase. It said, I was lonely before I was dangerous, I was frightened before I lied, I was reaching for a doorway before I learned to hide. I do not bless the damage, I do not worship the fall, I do not call relapse holy, I do not excuse it at all. But I will not call myself worthless, because pain learned to shout. I will sit with the signal and hear the wound out. I can listen without obeying, I can feel without exploding, I can descend without relapse, I can enter without closing. I do not want my shadow to speak through my face. I need a breath, I need a breath, a little space. No more running from the dark in my chest. I invited the monster to sit and rest. No more courtroom, no more disguise, no more sacred mask over frightened eyes. This is the alchemy, shame never told, not turning pain pretty, but turning truth gold. Not becoming perfect, not becoming clean, becoming whole enough to know what I mean. The wound was a channel before it was a chain, a river under concrete, a teacher under pain. At first it was a warden with keys made of fear, then it became a doorway when I finally came near. I asked, what are you teaching? It answered, do not run. The part you keep rejecting is still asking for the sun. saw became a lantern.
Not an excuse to bleed. What almost buried me may help somebody breathe. Not the drink, the thirst, not the flame, the ache, not the mask, the face I was too afraid to make. Not the rage, the fear, not the wound, the war, just a shadow at the table asking what I'm running for.
Now when the craving rises like weather in my skin, I do not have to open every door, it points me in. I can pause at the threshold, I can breathe before I speak. I can feel the old river without becoming weak. I can say, I am activated, I need a little space. I do not want my shadow to speak through my face. Maybe that is healing.
Not thunder, not flames,
The man who stops running when the darkness says his name.
not the drink, the thirst, not the flame, the ache, not the mask, the face I was too afraid to make.
So I poured one cup for mercy,
One cup for memory,
one cup for the wounded boy who still belongs to me. I sat with my shadow beneath the old debris, and mask by mask, it gave my name back to me. The wound did not disappear,
it changed its work.
the mask did not vanish,
It became transparent.
the shadow did not die.
It sat across from me.
There was tea